got a visitor. We've got a guest in our studios this evening. Yes. Hello, sir. We've got Maliblanga. Good evening, Maliblanga.
Hi, good evening, Mzu.
How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me here.
Welcome. Well,
Thank you.
this is Mali. The last time I saw you, it was at the Jazz in the Native Yards last year in Gooks, where you played there with a band. And I was quite captivated by your style, your lyrical content as well, because I pay so much attention to lyrical content. So it was quite cool and very, very deep. It's like you write from the heart. Please tell us about your.
Well,
your
I'm
sound.
listening. You're doing a good PR job, I must say.
Yeah.
Well, my music is characterized by a lot of storytelling, and that obviously comes from my upbringing. I was raised by my maternal great-grandmother.
Yeah.
And those of us who can relate to that will know that great-grandmothers or grandmothers, for that matter, of rural origin always have stories to tell,
Of course.
And her stories were always, or most of the time, they were accompanied by some singing and all that, So I kind of got attached to that aspect of it, the storytelling and the music, they gel together, So and later in life, I developed skills of songwriting and all that, So I just put the two together. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you dropped by today, and you've got some presents for us, if I can call it that way. A gift. It's called Ndombelele Project. Huh?
Yeah.
New work. What's going on? What's this, man?
Well, that is my debut album. And I'm happy to be giving you a copy of that, and I hope you will enjoy the offering. It's a project that is a long time in the making. It took me about 10 years to put the music together. Obviously, there was a lot of songs, but I had to sort of conceptualize and come up with a certain theme, and other songs ended up falling down along the way.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago, I started seriously working on it. And I came up with 18 songs, which I eventually cut to 12 songs.
Yep, I see.
Yeah.
And I love the artwork. Nice cover.
Well,
to
thanks to my creative team, a lot of people have had an input in that.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's an African concept, Ndombelele, literally meaning sing for me. The traditional way of singing, hand clapping and foot stomping, Yeah, so as I said, that is paying tribute to my great-grandmother.
Yeah.
Because she is from Ekumcha.
Yes. In the Eastern Cape,
Cape, yes.
That brings me to another question about the title of your album, right?
Yes.
It's called Ndombelele.
Yes.
I know there's a huge difference between ukombelela and singing.
It is. There's a huge difference.
So, ukombelela, I grew up, in the villages. We used to ukombelela, people used to clap and all sorts of things. But it's not singing. It's different.
It is. It's very spiritual as well, very cultural, It's very raw, And speaking of raw, the artist that I'm featuring in that song, Usamkelo Tukulula, is Imbongi. So I'm featuring, a traditional poet. I'm featuring him there, So that song, it takes you to another dimension,
Yeah.
If you come from the Eastern Cape and you listen to that song wherever you are, I'm telling you, the next day you would want to go home. That is where it takes you,
Yeah.
So it talks about all the heritage that we've forgotten for some reason or other. It takes you back to that,
Great stuff, man. Okay. We have to have a taste. So which track can we listen to? Tell us about the track that we're about to listen to and what it's all about, what inspired the tune.
Okay, if I may select now, I would ask you to play the song Ikamalam. Yeah, Ikamalam, that song, it says a lot about, like I said, about our culture, about our heritage, about who we are. Yeah, people have adopted names and
Yes.
nicknames along the way, but the name that your grandmother or your mother calls you with, you respond to that name, you know. Yeah, so that is what it's all about. We've been given names, we've been insulted along the way, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the song is basically saying, this is who I am, igama lam.
Kamalam. Well, there you have it. Let's have a taste of this raw Maliplanga in. He's here. He's live
Yeah,
on
man.
home ground on Fun Music Radio. Well, here's the tune. It's called Igamalam, My Name.